Hello, Christ. Sorry.
Just kidding.
Hi, if you're rewatching or watching the replay, howdy, hi, hello. And maybe it's live on YouTube now. I never check. I'm too lazy. Hello. Hi. Some of you I saw earlier this morning. Baking with Mo. Yes. Stand up. Monet. So, thank you to these wonderful ladies for joining me.
Hi.
This is different than last night, okay? There will be reading. I need to read this book. What are your reading options? Do you have a definite book that y'all are going to be reading? This is both to the chat and to my co-host.
All right. I think I'm gonna do Deep Sky.
Ooh.
I read it. So,
Is that cover more dry or like matte? Is that a matte cover? Because I love those.
No, it's just normal. Wait, what's considered matte? This could be matte.
Like not glossy. Like it feels softer to the touch.
Oh, like the buttery ones?
Yeah, like the buttery
It's
matte.
buttery. It's
Okay. Yeah.
I don't like the glossy ones. Although the buttery ones,
the buttery covers get me every time.
Yeah,
they get me.
Yeah. They're definitely a little buttery.
And I don't know why, because I take off the covers when I'm reading books.
Oh, yeah.
But it still matters. When I'm in the bookstore, I'm like, ooh, this one. Aiden, that's me too. I forget how to read every other day. Shadow of the Gods. Wow, Paco, I feel the sarcasm. I feel a little shade in this statement. Yes, we are reading today, okay? Hello. Oh, Jade
City is fun.
Mm-hmm. I can see. Yes, we're going to read Love in the Time of Serial Killers. I have not heard of that.
I think they pitched me that one, but I can't. There's something about it that I was like, I'm not sure I would love that.
Godly Heathens. I like that title. The Sundown Motel. Hi. Across Green Grass Fields. I'm so behind.
I'm so behind.
I need to catch up.
Is this the one with the centaurs? Or no?
This is a romance series?
There's centaurs?
Yeah,
that's the Green Grass Field. I think there's centaurs.
It's basically horse girl fantasy.
Yes, that's the last one I had to check out after the centaurs.
I'm reading this because anytime she says horse girl, I'm like, I'm okay.
Ooh, A Mind the Great Game. Who I know some people read their books with the cover on, and I'm like, how?
I do.
I try, and then like once it starts sliding, I get illogically angry at inanimate objects. Yes. And so I don't want to crumple my own dust cover in a moment of frustration.
I'm like, stay in place, and then I just take it off. I
get aggressive.
I'll lose it if I take it off, so I have to read it with it on.
I love Thistlefoot. It was so fun.
Oh yeah, I've got that on my TBR, but I haven't gotten to it yet.
It's a really fun, modern, American kind of take on Baba Yaga.
Oh, okay.
Love that.
Blood Gift and Iron Warrior. Last Word.
It is over the top, but it is fun.
What is that a mystery?
No Exit author.
Okay.
It's fun. It's just like very camp.
Yeah.
So you got to be down for it to be kind of nonsense, and
it's better than You Shouldn't Have Come Here by Geneva Rose. I'll give you that. So it could be worse.
I haven't read that.
Oh, it's not good.
You got it. You can finish this in 2 days. Red Rising, The House of Beating Wings. 19 claws in the back. What? Hey, Blood Marked. I keep seeing these books in my hand, and I'm like, oh, is that the one after Legend?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did everyone read Legendborn here? I read it, but I didn't like it enough to go on.
I DNF'd it. Yeah. I felt really guilty, but
sorry, Mo.
I just couldn't get into it.
I made it to the end of Legendborn, so that's something.
I made my whole personality, so this is just
I read Legendborn and I
Don't
got,
say
got
anymore.
updates. I got updates about the second one and I'm good.
Yeah.
Oh, DNF. Hey, life's too short to read books you don't like. I need to read Masters of Death. I want.
I don't know if I want every time. Olivia Blake is another author that I find to be long-winded, but in a very elegant way.
I find her to be excruciating. Like my eyes reject the words.
Every time I'm reading her book, I think of very thick glasses, neck-high sweaters, leg tops. Like it's this very like grandeur reading, and I'm just like, please, can we bring it down?
It's like I think she thinks if she describes something that she could describe in 3 words with 200, it makes her like more fancy, and it's like, no, it just makes you annoying. Like, stop it. Just get to the point.
Kate, I approve of a nap.
I mean, you see me yawning. Today is not a good autoimmune day for me. So we'll see how long I make it. I am so tired.
What are you trying to do? Are you editing or?
I just finished editing a video, so I guess I can say, I don't know. When should I put it up? Should I put it up tonight? Should I put it up tomorrow morning? I can put up whenever I want to now. I don't have a set schedule.
Yes, freedom.
I know. I reorganized all my bookshelves, so
dang,
that's that. And then I have some writing stuff I need to do. I was going to edit our podcast, Jess. I feel like reading. I have this.
Oh, yes, it is. I was like,
I wanted to hear. Did you read that one, Monet?
I did read that one.
Curious about that one. Hi, Robin. Yes, I'm tired of all y'all asking this question. I said we was gonna read today. We had not a one sprint. I don't know how it happened, but it did.
Well, when I talked to you, you were going to get things for your tequila, so I can guess what happened.
Well, yeah. So not a sprint was had last night, but I had planning. I'm really enjoying this book. Thistle down, and there's a thistle foot.
Yeah.
Okay. An orphaned unicorn fawn rescued by the son of a pig farmer.
Unicorns don't do it for me in stories. I don't care how elegantly you describe their horn and their tail. I don't know
if I've read many books with unicorns.
I mean, even also centaurs. Like, I could do like a horse like the Nightingale, the Bear and the Nightingale. Like that's or like what is the Mercedes Lackeys, the Heralds of Baltimore has like.
I haven't read any of hers
either.
Yeah, but past that, I can't. I'm not a horse person.
Hello.
I mean, I feel like it was a solid prioritization. Like,
it was.
You
know,
we
were learning stuff about the horrors of working in a public library. Woo!
Oh my god.
Woo!
Ashley's on the front line of a lot of crazy.
Yes.
And I don't mean that as a pejorative term towards those with mental illness. To me, there's a difference between being mentally unwell and being crazy.
Yes, and they got a. I would never like the things. If you just heard the things, you would, and someone was like, "Guess where all of these things happen?" Your first guess probably wouldn't be a library. Yes. And yet, wild things occur in those places.
Oh my gosh!
We had lots of emotions.
Though Illinois is the first state to ban book bans.
I saw that.
So that's
such a redundant.
I know, but I'm like, okay, this like I like this. Let's get this energy going for the rest of it.
I can't believe we have to, but let's make it a thing.
It's sad, but this is America now. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. We have fun. We just recorded an hour and a half episode that honestly we both were looking at each other like we could probably talk for another hour about this topic, but we probably should stop. So,
but I love that because that's what I want it to seem like. You're just listening, because that's what it is. It's our voice notes translated into a podcast, longer form.
Yes,
I'm glad that was your introduction. Yes, for a first sprint, you heard it.
Oh my god!
What?
What?
Assaulted?
No.
I mean,
I hope you had them hauled off in a paddy wagon.
Steph was saying that they can't even, for some things, like it's not even worth calling the police because they've told them to make a citizen's arrest. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Do I look like Barney Fife?
What do I look like?
Yes.
Ain't that what you for?
A citizen's arrest to a Black person is the most absurd thing you could ever. You want me to do what?
You are under arrest.
Oh my god.
I understand you under citizen's arrest.
Jesus.
No, it's just so unfathomable.
Under whose power? Mine.
Yeah.
You know,
That definitely sounds like the beginning of a nationwide
Put your hands
news
up.
story. Yeah. I don't think that is going.
Freeze.
That's an anti-Black statement.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever is around seeing you attempt to do a citizen's arrest is the one who's going to make it the nationwide news story.
Yeah.
I would
They
think, is
will
there a
be
Karen
filming.
in here? There's always a Karen. There has to be a Karen nearby.
Yeah. Oh my god.
jeez.
Wow.
I'm glad. I hope you're okay. That's so intense.
I just would never think, oh, this one was so cozy.
I have
Oh,
one
like
my enemy.
There's an option now in StreamYard for us to join the chat. Sorry, I just got excited. I need to do that.
Oh, because normally if you can't do it, you have to like go to your phone.
You're right. Click it.
Upgrade.
Oh my gosh.
Breasted.
I didn't even know there was a Barnes & Noble Perv Man. I mean, I'm not surprised, but I hadn't heard of it.
Well, and now it's airing out. It's not letting me do it. But theoretically, that is a cool feature.
Agatha Raisin and the Potted Gardener. Why does that just sound so cute?
Aw.
I'm
Oh,
glad you are-
I
you
hope
are-
you've, yeah. I think therapy is a great idea. That is so much.
Yes. Why are they never where they need to be? You're worried about why somebody's parking in something. You need to be patrolling these areas like this.
Listen, there is a Karen living inside of every white woman, and I try to channel her to good and not to evil. But only others can judge if I'm successful.
But you're being conscious about. You're trying to be.
I'm
cognizant
trying.
of that.
Considering my white mother is literally named Karen, like she's there. So I gotta like try to make sure
You have
it's biological. You can't
Yeah,
escape it. But
I try to focus on like when I'm at a grocery store, if I see someone harassed, being ready to like get at them.
yeah.
But
I like that. I like the conscious decision.
Mhm.
when to use it.
we'll see. We'll see.
I'm trying to. Okay, let me get up a thingy.
There's a Barnes. Wait. Okay, so there's apparently everyone knows about this Barnes and Noble
I
perv.
haven't heard of this man. Who is he?
What is he doing? Is he like
Is he going
doing
to
stuff in the
multiple?
romance aisle? Like what do we mean by? But can we define the perv?
I just
We
want to
need-
know, like, we have a lot
Elaborate.
of emotions that we share when we go to Barnes and Nobles, and what in Barnes and Nobles is doing this to you?
Yeah, I don't. Is it specific to Barnes and Nobles, or would it be happening in any bookstore? Is there something about like their branding that just is like bringing this out of you?
Yeah, like what? And I'm a parent, so I shop in the kids section too. And most of it is parents actually picking out books that they're gonna force their kids to read later on in the evening. It's not like
Yeah.
it's a ton of kids. I'm just confused as to like what in Barnes and Nobles is rubbing you this way.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh no.
I mean, when I worked at Borders, there was a guy who would come in every week to buy like this softcore magazine situation. That was uncomfortable. Oh, and he was looking at, oh God.
What? I've been out of the loop, obviously.
There's more than one, or is this the?
Excuse me?
Oh my god!
Yeah, maybe just be aware of your surroundings. It's always a good thing to do. Like Pokemon.
It's a Kristen.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's
What?
disgusting.
Ooh.
Why are people so gross? Ugh.
And the fact that everybody in the chat knows about this.
I know.
How did we miss this?
She was
Oh.
vlogging, and that's how she found out.
Oh, she was in the barn and caught it in the action.
Oh my god!
If I was editing a video and I seen some guy sniffing some girl's butt in my clip footage,
that's when I would bring out my inner Karen.
Kristen,
let me tell you, I would go up to him and be like, grab him by the ear, drag him to a manager, and say, "I don't know what you need to do with this guy, but he does not deserve to be
like,
around
what if she was
books."
editing like at home? Personally, I'd be a little upset because I'm like, dang, I can't refilm this clip. I'm just gonna have to like voice over into the video. There's a man being a perv in my back.
Yeah, trying to blur the background.
Also, why is he sniffing people's butts? Who wants to be sniffing butts in, like, we're all sweaty and disgusting. It's the middle of the summer. Everybody is gross. Why are
it's hot? No, seriously. I would be like
it's like you're called upon to testify and you're like, yes, sir. I was vlogging.
Like, you put it up on YouTube and let the viewers do their job of like,
maybe because I haven't been on Twitter really as much anymore since it's been going downhill. Maybe that's why I didn't hear of this. But oh my god, that is the question you ask every day. I can't believe that. That is crazy. I mean, I'm glad he was like caught, but
that is.
I'm going right to the cops. Do the cops have an email? I'm gonna email it to 911 at
Yeah. Yeah, I saw somebody say ACAB to jail, and I'm like, yeah, exactly. This is what they're for. Like, this is what I want you to focus on. Focus on calling out the pervs in the Barnes and Noble.
Yes, we need to haul them out. And oh my god, yeah,
no, at least she had evidence, but that's just so disturbing to watch your own assault.
What I know
on B-roll footage when you're playing it back, editing.
Oh my gosh.
Connect.
Oh, I mean, like, I do know that upskirt stuff is a thing because sadly, one of my coworkers got arrested for doing that.
Oh,
but I'll just leave it there. But people are gross. We are surrounded by disgusting people. We don't even know it.
That's why I like to be in the house.
Yeah, exactly. This is why I stay home. I know I'm gross, but I know the way that I'm gross. So
yeah, he was in jail for stalking and got out, and now does.
Okay. Well,
yeah. Thanks for the update.
Well,
honestly, how dare he do this in the presence of books?
Yeah. That's like the only bookstore I have near me. So now I'm gonna be like, I need a bubble to wear around me so no one can approach me within 5 feet.
I know. Are we all gonna have backup cameras on us when we're out and about? Like looking at our phone, like
have a little backpack with a little camera on it. You're just like behind you. A sad, sad truth.
It's just the boldness for me because, like, if I catch some man sniffing me, I'm not gonna react anything less than violently. So, like, you're bold to even be out here doing this. You don't know how someone might.
And then they would have the gall to act shocked.
I think I wouldn't even know that that's what he was doing. I think it would be just so out of my even. Yeah, like it would just be so out of my even like imaginary of what could be happening that it wouldn't even occur to me until someone
would like
it out.
This can't. That's not what you weren't just. I know you didn't. You're like short circuiting. I can't compute. But that's the only.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I know it will include violence. I'm gonna choose violence.
It's just gonna happen. No control. You're not doing
a violent one.
Yeah, like.
And who would blame you? Who's gonna like prosecute you for beating on someone sniffing your butt?
Like that is so disturbing.
It's oh my gosh. Okay, well, everyone be careful at your local Barnes and Noble because apparently we just don't know what kind of Yahoo might be there.
Mm-hmm. Always, yes, Robin, we support this.
Always choose violence.
You gotta protect yourself because that's the only one you can count on. Is you. Well, on that note,
also make sure you're careful in Chapters, Waterstones, whatever the major book retail chain in your country.
Don't get near you. Like, don't tie your shoe near me.
Yeah.
Go over there. Like, that's why I obviously don't want us to be in the height of the pandemic anymore, even though, I mean, it's always a height. But
we're surging. Don't worry.
I'm like, I want so distance from me, please. Like, always. Back up.
So I still have to wear a mask because of my autoimmune disease. And I will say the benefit is people are still giving me room. So if you want another reason to mask that is purely selfish.
I wear a mask and people I feel like they're still too close to me, but I don't go out of the house that often.
Yeah.
Because people are the worst and they're gross. And anytime I'm somewhere I have my mask on, I hear someone like sneeze. And I'm like,
I know.
Squeeze my mask tighter. I'm like,
I do watch people like, y'all don't know how to cover your
mouth.
No.
Like, what's going on?
Have you forgotten?
It's crazy.
This is why I stay home. People don't know how to be out in public. They just don't don't know how to be respectful.
In their hand, I'm like,
yes.
Yes.
You need. Ooh, don't no. Back. Give me 50 feet. Yeah, it's. Ugh.
Oh, they were a ruse.
Son of a bitch. Nobody learned anything from the Pantene.
They did not. They did not. The only thing I learned from the panini is that you cannot count on other people to do shit for you.
Nope. You're like, hey, doing this one thing will help less of us die. Don't want it.
Can't be bothered.
It goes against my freedom.
I'm in Tennessee, so yep.
The way that like the pandemic was a test run before real things start happening with the Great Migration and global warming, and we weren't even prepared for the test run.
No,
this was a fire drill, and we failed.
Yeah. This is like that episode of The Office where Dwight locks everyone in and has a fake fire drill, and everyone freaked out. Like that was us. We're throwing cats up in the ceiling. We're all freaking out.
Whiskers.
And it makes me scared because now there's a lot of like nonfiction books coming out about how with climate change people are going to be forced to move in mass amounts. And so it's just like now I have this looming buildup of fear. There's AI technology becoming sentient and taking over the world, and then the Great Migration.
Plus the aliens.
Also the aliens are the good part. I wish they would take me because I'm ready to go.
Listen, I read sci-fi romance.
Mars ready.
I've got hope.
If we have to have another option.
Yeah. I want to talk to the aliens. Like, do y'all have a democracy as well? Or like what system are y'all running? Because ours is failing.
I think that they came here and were like, oh, you guys aren't ready for this. Like, you are still too primitive.
They locked the door and like, we'll be back.
Something crazy like, oh, we're communal. Like, I knew it. Knew communism was the answer.
It's like capitalism. You guys are still under No, you guys are not ready for this federation
program. Like,
literally, this is the bad place, and I want to be freed.
The day that I realized that America is the bad empire in every fantasy novel was the day that everything made sense. I was like, oh, I'm one of the bad guys. Okay. Well, this does add up more. I can't lie.
It's like I'm ready. Just don't. You can.
They were like, oh, there's
exactly.
pastoral technology. Like, if aliens tell me they have universal health care, I'm gonna have to figure out how to be like a trans species.
Yeah.
Take me.
You know what? I'm really good at languages, so I'm happy to volunteer to go like learn theirs, teach them English. Like that sounds great.
Teach some alien students via Zoom, like the online learning.
Yeah.
English. You gotta get on your Zoom at 10. Yes. I'm like, what will it take? I can learn to do something. I could be useful.
Yeah.
Just get me right up out of here. Because this is a bad place. Hey, Kathleen. And Big and Blue.
I mean, if they're like himbos and Ruby Dixon, done. Like, I'll say goodbye to my friends and family and you'll never see me again. As long as I can take my cats with me, that's fine.
Yeah.
No, that's exactly how it is, Robin. Like all the Will Smiths. Will Smith has done every apocalyptic version that there is out there.
Everything.
From zombies to aliens to like literally it all.
Exactly.
Though, okay, people are very scared of AI. I just have to tell you, as somebody who works in technology, you don't need to be that scared of it. Like, it's going to be a good while before it is anything worth being worried about.
As soon as it becomes like Neil Schusterman's The Scythe.
I was about to say, is it about to be like Scythe in the Thunderhead?
I'm just saying that like most companies I know struggle to to upgrade their versions from on-premises to cloud. Like it takes them literal like 15 years to do it. So like I'm just not that worried about it.
Oh yeah, no.
The same way that I did contract work for the DoD, and I was like, oh, I don't believe in conspiracy theories because none of y'all are smart enough to be conspiring. Like,
y'all can't organize
yeah. I'm like, oh no, like you guys are not coordinated enough to do anything.
Yeah,
no, because when Alexa gets a body and she can fold laundry and do dishes, she's welcome in my home.
Exactly, right?
I thought life was going to be like that because I was watching the Jetsons when I was younger.
I want to see somebody roll by and unload the dishwasher on their little robo wheels.
It is 2023. Why am I still taking my clothes out of the dryer and folding them and then putting them?
Everybody's going to be like, oh, I need to charge my Tesla. I need to charge my Alexa.
Yeah.
Laundry needs to be put up. Laundry is going to put up itself.
Yes.
I thought houses were going to be like that.
But then you remember that thing, I don't know, it was a couple months ago where they had like a robot or something trying to do like work and it like collapsed after a couple hours. So I'm like, I don't want that kind of scrub in my house. I need you to be working. You can give up after 2 hours.
I'm jealous of the AI's ability to just give up on life like that. To just hit a self-destruct button. Because if I had one for real, I'd be tempted.
I'm done.
Tell me what else you got.
Yeah, the government is so inefficient and so slow.
It's just like it's not that I don't doubt that there are bad people who would like to do conspiracy theories. I'm just telling you that the number of people it required to be competent, I just don't see it happening for the most part. Like
I saw this person I follow. She lives in San Francisco, and I guess they have like, it's not Uber, but it's basically a company like that, but they're driverless cars that you can order. And I was like, absolutely not.
No, I'm good.
I'm not doing it.
Christy, this is exactly it. It's like we can barely get people to understand how to do Power BI. Like you're telling me that they're going to be like, no, I just don't believe it. Like,
no, I think I'm more still on the sentient, like they take on their own type of breathing. But the people that are programming them, I'm not concerned.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they would do a better job than us. I don't know that they could do much worse.
Robot, I didn't know. Now I want to see these robot deliveries. That's hilarious. I was getting.
If a robot brings my Uber to my door, I'm gonna be a little freaked out. I'm not gonna. I'm like, whoa. Do I have to tip it? You think robot will have that on there?
Is that UT Knoxville? UTK? Because Knoxville, all that's where I went to school. That entire campus is hills. That seems like a really bad situation for a robot.
The driverless thing, you're just not going to catch me ever. I'm not doing it. Mm-mm.
I do like watching people ride in them on TikTok.
It's so funny. They're like,
the best criminals are not actually criminals.
No tipping.
Oh, yeah. We don't tip the robots.
Mm-mm. Incompetent people using incompetent AI.
That's
if you want to live through the robot revolution, I'm like, I remember you.
I'll be nice to the robots.
You didn't leave me anything.
Right,
what if I tip him in like, I don't know, a little iron and patch up his leg or something like that? Like, does it have to be green dollars or like, can I get you a new USB charger? Like, here you go.
A little polish. I shined it up. Oh, it's 2:00 on the dot. Okay, let's just do a nice, I don't know why I was about to say gentle. That seems very strange. So 30.
Okay, it is UTK. That's wow.
So a hilly place where they have robots trying to deliver.
Just like literally the campus is centered around something referred to as the Hill. And it's like a joke to watch the freshmen learn how awful it is to climb it. I just am like, maybe they have some sort of like little, those treads on machines they have to help them climb things. Maybe they have that.
Oh, these places. Okay, I like this ambient room thing. I don't know if I'll get a copyright strike, whatever. It's just cozy. So, well, technically 29 minutes.
Okay.
Read a page, and then no one can say that this wasn't a reading sprint. Haha. Oh, hello.
Hello.
How did it go? What did you do? See?
Very good.
Did you read or were you editing?
I was working on something for my novel
Ooh.
while starting to re-listen to that 4-hour video I told you about, so I can absorb more of the details.
Yeah. I had to get up and feed Nigel, so I only got to read one chapter, but still good.
You're reading what again?
Adventures of Amina
Oh,
and Sophie. Monet, is your book any better? Is there anything going on?
There's stuff happening. I don't understand the relevancy of it, but it's like
Yes. Ring shout. This baby is right
Oh,
here.
Ring Shout is so good.
oh.
So my arm, useless.
Nigel.
I'm in. Ooh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Like 268. I don't know how to say. We're on an island.
Yep.
We're in a cave.
Ah.
okay.
I am worried. Ooh,
Do we
what
know
you
how
get
many
for
books are
me?
going to be in that series? Is it 3 or 4?
I wonder if, well, not like Goodreads is accurate, but I wonder if they have
The
an estimate.
Untitled.
I'm not sure. 16 pages, listen to dinner. Not listen to dinner. Listen to 5 minutes and got hungry. Relatable. Finish a chapter. We love to see it. Late bloomer. Sapphic divergent rap. Ooh. I don't understand NetGalley's logic because they just so inconsistent. I request like one book at a time. And then they'll be like, yes, immediately, or then they'll just like never answer me. I really don't know what they want from me. Hi.
I did just see on NetGalley this morning that Harlequin had posted 2 gay romances like in their category lines. Like there was one cover with 2 men and one cover with 2 women. And I was like, look at you, Harlequin.
That is, have they had any?
They may have, but not frequently enough that it felt normal. Like seeing it, I was like, oh, that's so cool.
Ooh. Yeah, with Goodreads also says 3 primary works. So I love Mia. Did you read
Really
City of
cool.
Brass?
I
David
didn't.
Georgie?
I've heard it's really good, but I haven't read it.
I loved it.
She's a really good writer. I was very impressed with that book.
I love Shannon.
Yeah. And it was very funny. The ending, the ending of it I found very entertaining.
I was going back. Here's a new aux cable. Yeah. A Harlequin. I'm not even a big romance person, and right now is it in San Diego? They're having Steamy LitCon, which I think is the flagship year. Is that what people of this new
Of what is it called? One more time.
Steamy LitCon?
Okay, so it's a lot of Katie Roberts fans, or
I don't know if she's there, but the romance creator who started it first, she has a subscription box, and then she started it, and it was just really interesting over the last year seeing her like reach out to vendors and like build this whole thing. And now I've been seeing, because I know Izzy is there and some other like booktubers follow on Instagram, and I'm like, oh, it looks real nice. And I'm not even a romance person. I'm like, I wish I was there. Just that's great.
Good for them.
Yeah. But I've never been to like a book. Well, I haven't been to any convention, but especially not like a bookish specific like convention or one day. Shannon put her foot in them books.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to go to one that's geographically convenient for me, which I don't know what it would be. It has to be like Dallas, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say, to be fair, where is that?
That's the only place. It's fine. It could be wherever. But I just want it to be, well planned and planned in advance. And maybe one day.
That sounds fun.
That sounds amazing.
Are there gonna be some
sounds
things there?
I think I might have to look that one up right now.
Put it on the calendar.
I know.
Oh my gosh, there's a hummingbird right outside my window.
Oh,
That's so cool.
I am so I learned from Angela only in the last year that board games were such a big obviously I knew of board games, but I didn't realize there were so many and that there was such a community, which I'm sure people think about books the same thing. There's people online who talk about books, but I did a convention. Incredible.
That sounds fun.
I enjoy a board game, but I wouldn't say I'm up on the latest.
No, I don't even own any now in adulthood. I have some card drinking game card games, but people have collections of different board games, and I'm just yeah, Kelly, we read. There was a sprint.
So impressive.
Rare.
Oh, thank you. Rare Edinburgh.
Shoot, I just want
Edinburgh. I went to for the first time last year. Oh yeah, Jess. That was when we got to actually see each other live. And it was so cool. Edinburgh is such a neat city.
Yes.
It was beautiful. People were nice. Food was good.
I loved it. I had hurt because we were in London first, and I hurt my knee. And I will just say, Edinburgh is not the best place if, you're not 100%, or maybe if you're disabled in any way. Or there's just
I will agree with that. It is a ton of stairs. Yeah.
I was hobbling up and down because it is so interesting how some parts are this building up here, the bottom floor could be higher than this building's top floor because it's so it's very interesting how the city is built, but gorgeous. I would love to go back. But yeah, I was it's so interesting coming from just an able body perspective, not normal, sorry. And then especially London and Edinburgh. So with the tube, and I had hurt my knee, and I was looking around, I'm thinking about people who are disabled, women or people with strollers. How are people supposed to get around?
Yeah.
When there's one stair, every stop or every station, whatever, doesn't even have an elevator.
Yeah, we would have to, because I got so hot on the London tube the last time I was there that I almost puked because I have my meds make me really sensitive to heat now. So I had to get off a couple of times. So after that, I was okay, I've got to at least stick to the elevator because winding my way through all of the endless stairs to get to some of those platforms was just making me so overheated. But there was only, I would say that it did not feel very ADA compliant.
No, I don't know. I don't know what their version is, but just seeing stuff like that, or even because recently I've just had a lot of doctor's appointments and stuff. And just thinking about people with chronic illness, and I'm and it's just because I'll take my laptop and I'm trying to work in the waiting room. And I'm everything sucks. But is it Amani, the Crutches and Spice on TikTok? I just learned so much from her and how everything. Yes, ableism really just kind of an umbrella for all these other things, and I'm just wow.
Yeah, she spits fire. I think she's had some really good perspectives on long COVID and just that generally the response to COVID has been extremely ableist. Though I did see a study the other day that apparently they think metformin helps with long COVID. So that's exciting that there's maybe hope in
Yeah.
sight for some folks who are just like screwed by that.
Can you tell me what is a board game cafe? Is it like a cafe?
I found one in Pasadena. It's just
Because
like
that sounds fun. I would go to that.
It's just a cafe with board games and people who will play with you.
long
Because like I don't want to because I don't have no like to play with, but a board game cafe.
That would be so fun.
Yes, literally made of stairs and hills. Beautiful, but oof,
Yeah.
you should go. It is
It's true.
gorgeous.
I will give New York this. I fucked my knee up on the plane there a couple weeks ago, and it was pretty workable to get around. Like because they have enough public transportation and enough, elevators and all of that. So
Get it together, UK, but they too are a capitalist society.
Mm-hmm.
What?
That's so fun.
That is cute. How did IKEA go?
Oh,
you
yeah.
obviously survived.
Are you not still there?
Oh, yeah, I'd actually be shocked if you were already out. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll Google it, but I wouldn't be surprised if we don't have anything, if anything here. Monet, I know you're basically across the country with how far away you are in your location. Do you like that area at all?
No. It's too polar opposite of everything I am. Like, I'm from Florida. I live in the desert. It's very hot. It's very dry. Lots of like outdoor activity, which for me, hiking the side of a mountain in 102 degrees just doesn't sound like fun. So, yeah.
But then again, do you really want to be in Florida right now?
No, I don't. But polar opposite of that, I'm currently in Texas. So, neither are.
Oh, yeah, I was good. Okay. So, yeah, it's a lateral move, really.
Yeah. It's interesting from like a historical standpoint, because like where I live, there's a lot of history that I knew prior to like coming here, because I live in a border town. And so it's hard to not know a lot about like immigration and ICE, and then come to a town where I'm looking at Mexico from my house. It's like, so this is where it all happens.
Yeah.
I got excited for a second and I was like, oh, look, we have some. It's 104 miles away.
Oh.
So, just kidding.
We have one. That feels like something Nashville would have.
Is Dallas the closest to you?
Yeah.
Are you at Polk? Are you at Polk?
No. Oh. Thank God. I mean, this one isn't that much better, but I've heard.
I don't think either is a top choice.
But I've heard that one's like, just like further from like, Target and like stuff. But yeah, I just want to know what I did to deserve to be here.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, what?
Jess, where are you if you're not at Polk? That's what I thought you were.
What is it called? Barksdale.
Okay.
I
wanted to be like, oh, that's not bad. I wanted to lie to your face.
No.
Okay. Can I just tell you that not only do I have a board game cafe in our city, it is in my neighborhood. And I just realized that they added on to a coffee shop I love. Like it's half of a coffee shop.
Blog.
I'm going to have to go and find some friends to play board games with me.
I'm not surprised you did not buy anything your first time at IKEA. It's a lot.
Yeah,
it is.
A lot of pictures, and you sit with them, and you're like, "Ooh, I could come back for that."
Yeah.
My brownies turned out delicious. Alan, how did your brownies come out? So when we were baking this morning, Alan had to use a lot of substitutions. Even had to go to his neighbor's house to ask for some baking powder.
Yeah.
Yeah. I asked my husband to make pancakes this morning, and first I thought he was going to admit that he didn't know how to cook, but he decided to stick with the lie. And so he texted me. He's like, the recipe says baking soda. Do I really need it? Like it's a necessity. It's not going to be a risen pancake. Then he's like, okay, well, where is that? Where do we keep that? And I just feel like if you have to ask me if baking powder is a necessity for pancakes, maybe you should step away from the stove.
I mean,
Right.
you got to have some kind of rising agent. Or I guess you could just whip the shit out of it. Like, get enough, you know, like how like a meringue is like.
Oh my gosh.
It's like I have these meringue pancakes. Enjoy, everyone.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, okay, that's right. They are. They're basically crepes at that point.
I had a family member at my house not too long ago, and they asked me what was active dry yeast, and I told them they should step out of my kitchen. Because if you have a recipe that requires yeast and you don't even know that there's only 3 types, probably don't follow that recipe. That's not, because yeast, I don't think, it's a very steep learning curve.
Yeah,
it's not. You have to be committed.
Yeah,
especially baking, because it's so I feel like you have more room to change things. And cooking, baking is very.
Let me back up because I left out the important part. She was looking up recipes for waffles and then asked me if I had active dry yeast. I said, I don't know what recipe you're following.
For waffles?
For a waffle.
No.
She was looking up Belgian waffles and they wanted her to put yeast in it. And I said, that sounds like a nightmare waiting to happen. She's like, I'm going to stick through it. It was awful. It was awful.
They make little tiny ones that you have with like ice cream or something. Those are kind of puffy.
She didn't let it rise at all because I guess in her mind she doesn't know that yeast is going to be dough. So she just mixed it. It was doughy and then she just dropped it on the waffle iron and it was disgusting.
I feel like in general, you're not many people can improve on the pre-bought mix. So just get some Bisquick, just get some, you know, what Trader Joe's pumpkin mix, whatever.
Like I cook a lot of things from scratch, and so she's in my house. I don't have box nothing. Like from scratch is
they're really bold to be trying to do from scratch then. When they
But I was
I just think most people can't do it very well from scratch. So like don't like, you know your limitations and just say, I'm gonna go grab some Bisquick and I will be back.
Yeah.
Or you do it, I got the dishes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I'll be the dishes.
Yeah, you experiment at home.
I'm like, they sound like bread waffles. What I don't understand why anybody would want a bread waffle.
That sound, and I love waffles, and that sounds so odd.
It was so disturbing. Like we were all looking at it, and it was just like. But it was the fact that even because you could tell in the batter, right? Because you have dough, and she's like trying to scoop it into a measuring cup to drop on the griddle, and I'm like, the fact that you are even still committed at this point, I would have thrown everything in the trash. But you're actually trying to
see this through. Were they even edible?
They chewed it for a long time.
I don't really want my waffle to have a chew. That's not really like...
very chewy.
No. Now I am good at the cooking part of pancakes just from being in church and like at camp or whatever and like having to make or retreats, you know, having to make pancakes for 50 people. Like you can get me on a griddle, I can get it going, but
yeah, you know, I didn't realize it because like in my house, like I said, I cook everything from scratch. It's cheaper and in my mind, it's easier to just know I have flour, baking soda, whatever on hand versus looking for like a box of whatever. So when my family was staying with me, they're like, there's no food in the kitchen. And I'm like, what do you mean? We can make like so many different combinations. But to them,
Monet's an ingredients person.
Yeah, they're looking for like boxes of pizza and boxes of whatever. And I'm like, I have pizza dough in my oven or like in my fridge. I keep pizza dough. We just got to drop it in. So it's like,
they're like,
now I see other people. My house,
I want a frozen pizza. My mother was an ingredients household. I'm an ingredients household, and I hate it because I'm always like, I got all this stuff, but I ain't got nothing to eat. Why can't these ingredients turn into meals on their own?
Yeah, that's me.
I'm absolutely an ingredient household, and
I just look and I'm like, I mean, I could make, but I don't. I just want it to be ready already.
Especially because it's just me. It's like. Too often it just feels like that's too much work. So I'm like, I've made my peace with not being an ingredients kind of girly anymore. It's like I just gotta go for.
I want to do get back to getting a subscription like the meal thingy. I liked having that for a couple meals a week so I didn't have to think, because I'm always like, I have to figure out what we're eating again. And so I started telling Andrew, I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. What are we eating tonight? I can't do it anymore.
I'm a girl dinner kind of person. It's like my dinners were usually like half a bagel and then like some deviled eggs or like leftover chicken salad and some crackers.
That would make me very upset because you do got to work in my kitchen. You are going to be up to your elbows in flour.
You're not just warming something up. We're rolling dough.
So like I pre-make a lot of things. So like there is stuff that you could warm up, but like you wouldn't know that, right? Because it's wrapped up in parchment or like aluminum foil. And I'm like, that's pizza dough. That's a breakfast sandwich. That's an egg McMuffin. Like there's food in there. I've made my own little.
You gotta.
You gotta open it. Okay, that's something. Yes, every time I talk to my mother, I'm like, "How did you feed us every day?" And she was like, "I don't know," because I'm like, "How do I can't figure out how to feed myself daily."
I do eat fruit as a snack all the time. I don't have snacks. Like I can drop some kiwis and a couple grapes on a plate. Or some cheese. I don't have
grapes and cheese.
I like fruit.
Amazing. I have that all the time.
Yeah, it's gonna look like a little mini charcuterie board if I make a snack. I don't have anything else.
Yeah, I'm like, I got a little salami, a cheese stick, and some grapes. Bam. Yeah, I need.
HelloFresh, I think, is great with like their meal combinations. They offer a good variety.
I'm with you, Kate. I'm a Trader Joe's.
I've never been to Trader Joe's.
If I had one, but the closest one is in Dallas.
They keep me going. They keep me fed.
I never live in a good enough community for Trader Joe's. I don't know what that says. It feels racist, but they just never put them close to me.
It is racist. I have to go to the other side of town to get it.
Monet, did you never go to the one in Tacoma?
Yeah, no, I never went to that one. I went to Whole Foods was like 50 minutes away from the base. I'm like, why? How much is your property taxes for you to be able to get a Sprouts near you? Maybe I don't pay enough every year to get a Whole Foods or a Trader Joe's.
I hate it. I told him, Andrew, we need to get a big old cooler and a lot of ice and drive to Dallas, and I need to go to Costco and a Trader Joe's. I can load up on some frozen and some stuff and bring it back because my grocery situation around here is abysmal.
Our neighborhood did get a Publix, which was pretty exciting. And then we were hoping that meant we would get a Trader Joe's, but instead they just put a second one in the same neighborhood the other one was in.
It's like,
come on. We've got a bunch of like hippie yuppie wannabes over here. Bring us our Trader Joe's. Stop making me go to the other side of town.
I love seafood, so like I live in a landlocked, deserted place, like literal desert. And so like seafood is so expensive.
Yeah.
So incredibly
suffering. This is the furthest I've ever lived from any kind of coast. And I'm like,
a cracker plate. Yeah, that sounds good.
I love Cassie saying 20 pizza rolls. I know that's right.
Yeah.
There's so much.
I mean,
I go for the snacks.
Yeah, I could literally sit here, go aisle by aisle, and give it to you. But
they're fresh, or like the like it's in produce, but like the ravioli produce section, love those. The ginger snaps, the
frozen,
the frozen hours.
The frozen.
That's where the majority of my stuff would come from. I'm like, okay, the rice. Ooh, this little ice cream cone. Ooh, these.
They have frozen. They have boba rice. Now. That's like probably my
frozen boba ice cream. It was delicious.
They have the boba, but then they have boba kits. Have you tried the boba kit?
No.
It is so good. It's like my go-to dessert now.
Okay.
I put with some oat milk. There's something about Trader Joe's oat milk that is so good.
So you just is the boba kit like you have the little
like the pack? Yeah, it's like a packet with like the syrup and the balls together.
Mm-hmm.
And you heat that for like 30 seconds and then you dump it into whatever. Yeah. It's nice.
So girl dinner started as a thing on TikTok. It was really just like putting a bunch of random stuff together. So it's like a bag of popcorn, some salami, a half leftover, like a half of a bagel, just like random things that. Because, a lot of women, at the end of the day, it's like, I don't feel like cooking, so I'm just going to cobble together a meal from my kitchen.
And I think what, like, the social commentary that has come out of it is that, like, women when left to their own devices, don't really care about cooking necessarily. Many of them, like some women do, some women don't. But like, they have this performance of needing to cook like a quote unquote real meal for their partners and or children.
Yeah.
So it's like, if left to their own devices, many women would be perfectly fine having like some charcuterie and like a Diet Coke.
Yeah,
but like
often
that's
the
not
bag
the
of
social
popcorn for dinner.
expectation, is that you need to have like the full like meat and 2 vegetables and a whatever, you know.
I will I wouldn't say Trader Joe's like Whole Foods, because it's not necessarily like everything's healthy, and it's definitely
it's not
where it
fancy
used to be
like
more.
that.
No, it's just
It's pretty cheap actually, compared like for a grocery store, it's pretty inexpensive.
And they have a lot of their own like branded stuff.
Yeah. They carry their own brands as opposed to
a lot of local. Yeah, but I would say like maybe systemically it's similar in terms of like the locations.
Yes.
The clientele that is shopping there. Like,
yes.
They're not going to put them just anywhere.
Yeah. It feels, it's like bougie.
It's bougie, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not expensive.
Yeah. It's like hipstery.
Yeah, that's a good word, Mo. It's hipster.
The butter chicken.
The butter chicken is good. They have really good like burritos, I think. Like some good burritos that you can heat up.
Yeah, the salads, the pre-made salads are nice.
Those
are
good.
My lunch spot. I used to have one across the street from my job.
Wait, Girl Dinner is a company?
No, it's a trend.
It's a concept.
Oh,
yeah.
It's a state of mind. It has a theme song.
Yeah, Girl Dinner.
Yeah. Grocery delivery is a thing, not for me because I live too far. They don't deliver out yonder.
No.
There was a comment though about Walmart, and I just wanted to say I agree, because Walmart came out of the pandemic a whole different person.
Oh, the prices? I'm like,
really?
Who do you think you are?
You upped the prices, got rid of 24 hours, got rid of the like cashiers checking us. Like, Walmart needs to humble itself.
And you still have all of your employees on Snap.
They are.
I think the fuck not.
I've been in a Walmart like once since coming back, and I'm like, the audacity, I'm leaving. But the price of
the almond croissants.
Oh, I've seen those. I haven't tried them. They're the ones that take out the freezer and they
rise overnight. Yes, they're so good.
Criminal.
No, Walmart, and I don't see them investing back into like the store. Like, you still don't have tap to pay for your cards. It's not like you guys are upgrading the floor or like all the money
paying your workers a fair wage. Literally, I would be willing to pay more if you paid your workers a fair wage.
But it's like they're making so much more money by raising the prices, cutting the hours, cutting the employees. Where's the extra funds going? Y'all not adding nothing new to the catalog.
Hoarding.
Yes. Exactly. They keep their employees on Snap, and then they get tax credits for employing people on Snap.
Yeah.
I hate it here.
Walmart is one of the biggest companies that factors in the national poverty line.
Yes.
Because they depend on the government's benefits to offset the quality of living for their employees.
So Walmart is the welfare queen.
Yeah.
But like for everything, like you can work at Walmart and still qualify for a lot of state and local benefits. They factor that in. They expect their employees to apply.
And did you see?
Literally, it's in their welcome packet of like, here's the things you can apply to with this wage.
Because we pay you so little, you can
we pay you so little.
And childcare. And
people say in Arkansas, where their headquarters is, that they already have like a company town. So like homes that are owned by Walmart that their employees can rent.
And they're probably letting them use their Section 8 or their affordable housing, whatever, from their local government to pay back to Walmart.
You lose your job, you also lose your home.
Snap is food stamp. That's correct.
Well, and some of those tech companies are looking to do that too. Like they're pitching, like, you could live on Google's campus. And it's like, this sounds like an 1880s nightmare. What are you talking about? Do I have to buy my candle to light my desk from you too? Like what?
Yes,
my mother never has food in her fridge. Is she what
they call an almond mom on TikTok?
She is kind of an almond mom, but it's more that she has more of a social life than anybody I've ever known, and she eats most of her meals out with people.
Oh, almond moms on TikTok. It's been like just like mothers who are very concerned about their weight, so they eat like some nuts and some cottage cheese.
Whenever you say you're hungry, they're like, just have an almond, and it's like that is. I'm so sorry to tell you that is not going to help me.
Have a cube of cheese.
Almonds, like, no, I need like some hummus with it. Give me something else.
No. Just the almond.
Yeah. Like, what about the other?
Yep. It just is. It's a circle. They keep it
The
right
money
there,
circulates.
but only up here to the.
And I think their employee discount is like 10%, 7 or 10%.
That explains a lot because we only have one Walmart in like Los Angeles. So
yeah. SNAP stands for Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program.
Ooh.
For those asking, and it's like it's like food stamps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's SNAP is the name of the program that offers food stamps.
How are you functioning, Carmen? What are you doing? I don't know, but with adding the name at the end sent me.
Almonds are fine, especially if they're like a wasabi almond or like whatever.
Barbecue.
Yeah. But like
might help you.
Like 3 almonds is not enough to hold me over till dinner. It's just not.
Not almond grandma. I wish I had an Aldi. I don't have.
We have an Aldi's.
No, I have a stupid Kroger and something else called like Brookshire Brothers.
Now Kroger does have those sugar cookies that are like crack.
What, the soft ones?
Yeah.
The frosted icing.
No, they don't have icing. It's just a sugar cookie, but like there's something about the consistency. Oh, they're so good.
Eat an almond.
Yes. Yeah. Yolanda is
course.
definitely an almond mom. Those dark chocolate almonds are very good from Trader Joe's.
I'm concerned about all the different new mom labels out there because, like,
yeah, Monet, what kind of mom are you?
Are you a mom?
Let us know.
I mean, there you go.
I'm a black one.
Yeah.
I feel like that says it all.
There we go.
That's it. And we know exactly what that is. Yep.
I'm keeping it going. I'm picking up the mantle from one generation to the next.
Yeah. McDonald's money. I know.
I'd never have McDonald's money.
There you go.
I never have McDonald's money. McDonald's is at the house.
McDonald's, the other day, I went to McDonald's and I got a large fry and a large Coke. And it was over $6. And I wanted to scream. Because what? $6?
Walmart and these companies are really doing the most. Like you need to humble yourself.
Let me tell you something. One time I was making pizza for dinner, my daughter was like, "I want stuffed crust. Get them string cheese sticks, and we're gonna just roll them into this dough."
That's how it's done.
Yeah. And probably way better than whatever's out there.
Sure did. Here I go. Put some olive oil in a bowl with like garlic powder and just decorated the crust.
That's literally how it is.
Pizza Hut style. I'll season the crust for you. Don't play with me.
That sounds delicious. I would have that.
I haven't heard of this. But what's that one in LA that all the rich people go to?
Oh, Erewhon. Yeah.
Erewhon.
No, isn't it like a $20 smoothie or like
you just walk by and you're just spending money and you're like, oh. Just a party there.
You walk by, you look, and you're like, "Wait, that was a 20. Where did they just?"
I
warped it from my wallet.
I have 2 kids, and so like getting 2 Happy Meals is like $20.
Are you kidding me?
Because like the Happy Meals itself is like $7, and if you with taxes and things like that, like I'm gonna spend a $20 bill to get 2 Happy Meals.
It's crazy.
I was like very presumptuous of McDonald's.
Not a meal.
I got a McChicken the other day because my daughter was like, "I want a chicken sandwich," and I looked at the screen and it said $3.29. I almost jumped outside of myself. I almost got out the kitchen because I was like, "There has to be a typo." $3.29 for a McChicken.
That used to be $1. Maybe $1.29.
They have the dollar menu.
They don't have a dollar menu no more. They're small fries are $2.79 for a small fry.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not a hash brown. A hash brown is $2.29 in the morning.
When I was in college and was, out, The whole point of McDonald's is you go and you get your greasy dollar fry and your soft cone ice cream at 3 a.m. or whatever, and like
you're gonna be spending $20. When we had like the storms really bad and there was power knocked out everywhere, so it took us like an hour to find somewhere with food in Texas. First place we found because we were like starving was Wendy's. Well, I did 2 combos. Granted, they were large.
No,
it was $30.
Similar. I didn't even get a combo. I got a plain hamburger. Like I like at Wendy's a plain hamburger and I put ketchup on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a medium fry and it cost me $10. I didn't even have a drink. A plain hamburger and a fry.
We must rise up. This cannot stand. I want $1 French fry. This is
They want you to use apps now. That's the secret. They want you to download the app and
I don't want your McDonald's.
Everybody has an app, and I'm sick. I'm like, I can't download them all. This is
like
absurd.
only have so many gigabytes.
Yes. Every time I come here, I can't be downloading an app.
Yeah, I'm not using the app. I'm using the menu.
Now I will download the Sonic one because I get the half off beverage. Okay, and Sonic is right around the corner.
Well, and they've got those lemonades. I mean, I'll download an app for strawberry limeade. That I'll do. But I'm not downloading an app for
Sonic is the thing I have to drive an hour for. I have to drive so far out of the city to get to a Sonic.
$11 is crazy. But when I lived in Washington, I would say like Burger King was very expensive. Like a Whopper meal was $12 for sure.
Whoa.
I'm like, y'all are not giving me the like.
These are Chipotle prices.
And cheap.
These are Chipotle prices.
Right? Like, don't you expect to pay? I expect to pay $12 to $15 at a Chipotle. Yeah. I don't expect to pay $12 to $15 at a fucking Burger King.
McDonald's.
No. And this, when I went grocery shopping and I was like, ooh, I want to get some bread. I really want toast. And like the bread in the bakery. And it was like this small little loaf like this. And it was like $6. And I was like, I have flour at home. So I made a little loaf of bread. I was like, I'm not paying. No, I got it in the butter. Just everything costs too much.
The butter.
A quarter pounder.
You're going to start churning your own butter.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
You know what? I have switched over to it. This is probably going to be the most like ancient thing ever, but I bake a lot. Vanilla extract is so expensive that I now made my own.
Yeah.
It takes a long time. It's basically just vodka and vanilla beans. You have to let it sit.
How long do you?
Is it in alcohol? Do you just let it like stew in the alcohol?
What Alan was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, vanilla extract is always just some type of like 80% proof, so vodka, tequila, or rum, and they just put the beans in there and they let it ferment. So like you can use it in as little as 12 weeks, but like the best sits for like a year. So I just started using a bottle that I did in December. So this one's been aging for 8 months, and I just put vanilla beans inside of vodka and just let it sit for 8 months.
The cost of vanilla,
and it tastes so much better. Like I
bought 2 vanilla beans and it was like $21.
No, the beans are expensive, but here's the thing: if you make your own,
you can return it.
If you put your beans in the bottle and you let it age, it'll go for 2 batches. So like you can take out the extract and pour more vodka in there, and the beans will produce 2 bottles of extract.
Nice.
I'm not saying I did.
Kelly, I don't want to get the app.
That's what they want you to do.
I draw the line. I really do. I will not be somebody who has a McDonald's app on my phone. I just can't be that person. Sonic, I'll do.
I'm gonna get me my end of the week Dr. Pepper with cherry and vanilla, a large, please.
Do they still do happy hour at Sonic?
Yep. Oh, but it's always the happy hour, like half off if you have the app.
It's always happy hour.
My mom had a fit. When I went home for the holidays, she was like, "What's going on with this milkshake?" She was having and I didn't realize this on the app.
Yes, you step outside. Usually that's $100 actually. It's just like blink.
Well, I feel less bad then because like I'll go there's like an organic grocery store in our neighborhood and they have such good like salad bar. So I'll go and get like a chicken salad wrap from them and it costs $9, which feels like a lot. But now hearing these prices, I'm like, at least that's like vaguely in the realm of reasonableness compared to a fucking $15 fillet of fish or whatever.
Yeah, no, this is, you know what? I made my own fillet of fish 48 hours ago. I just put some cod and some batter.
Exactly. We need our space all come together and have our farm and milk and
Just
butter.
do it ourselves. Yeah, because
hello. That's
Yeah.
funny. It affects everything but that.
I know.
Fillet of fish.
Mine was good.
Yeah,
and it was seasoned.
I do like a McRib, but that is seasonal.
It is nothing but a vanilla bean, and you could do, like I said, vodka is the most popular because vodka doesn't really have a taste but to burn. But rum is another good option as well.
I think rum would be, or bourbon.
Bourbon is
like a bourbon.
Rum, bourbon, or vodka. Just
What
put
are you
it.
giving us a cooking?
I know. I'm taking notes.
A cooking vlog.
I have a picture. Let me share it to my computer so I can show you guys what it looks like.
we want the cooking content. Do you do that on Patreon?
I haven't, but I should, huh?
Yes.
There you go. Workaround.
Meeting of all the.
Yes, Sonic is a drive-in, and
no trays on your cars.
They put the trays, and my order. I love. They have a corn dog that I love.
I love
a corn dog and a tot and a limeade and a milkshake. That's like.
I get the ocean water. Ooh.
Can you guys
they recently have these little buffalo chicken dip bite things.
I saw that commercial.
Goodness.
Are you guys able to see my screen?
No.
Oh, wait.
Now, yes.
There we go. So this is what it looks like. These two jars, like the two small ones, have been aging since December, and then the two big ones on the right is what I just literally sliced the bean open and dropped it in vodka, and I'm gonna let it sit for like a year.
Wow.
So
that's gonna save like literally because those little tiny bottles are like $12, $13.
I actually found out that there's people who do this and they sell the bottles at $40 a pop. So like during the holidays, people sell homemade vanilla extract that they've been aging all year. So I was like,
that'd be a nice gift.
Money if I did that, but
that would be that would be a good gift.
Me too.
I would love to get homemade vanilla extract ready to go.
Yeah, right. Like, wouldn't that be a nice like housewarming gift or something?
It would be.
Yeah.
For someone who loves
how much vodka? I just one more time.
I put, I got the vodka was $6. I got the cheapest shit on the shelf.
Was it McCormick's?
Was it rubbing alcohol?
It's alcohol, but I went to the wine store and they just had like 150 milliliters for like $7, and I grabbed that one. The most expensive thing here is the beans, but like I said, you can use it for 2 batches.
Yeah,
that's good.
So you don't pour any of the alcohol out?
No, even when you go to the store, I don't know if you remember a few years ago, kids were buying vanilla extract and getting drunk. Vanilla extract is 99% alcohol. That's generally how it's made. So because you can buy it without an ID, kids were getting drunk just drinking vanilla extract because it's 99% alcohol.
That can't be a good buzz.
I'm like, that's terrible.
That's
but like they were putting it in like tea and coffee. Like they were just dumping bottles into like coffee. And
okay. I could. That makes a little more sense.
Smarter than. I was like, wait a minute.
Smarter than our generation. We were stealing it out of the parents' closet.
Now, and to be fair, I would prefer if I don't endorse any of this, but like appealing wise, dumping a bunch of it into coffee sounds better than like stealing cough syrup. Like,
yeah, it does. But the stores are charging you just because they had the bright idea to put it in the jar months ago, and now you need it. So $15 because you didn't think to do it yourself.
Yeah,
got it.
Okay. Nigel.
Sonic burgers are just not good to me. They're so large, but I just don't like their burgers.
I don't like their buns.
I get the breakfast sandwich with a chili cheese fry.
Crown Royal extra.
And they have those like toaster one, like the Texas toast sandwichy thing. Yes. Those are good.
Nigel,
man, I really might drive to Sonic today. Okay, no.
I mean, I support you.
Yeah, it's just like I think now when you buy like NyQuil cough syrup, you have to be hearted.
I'm not gonna lie, watching someone sniff a black marker used to make me be like, "Are you okay?" Why are you sniffing a marker? A Sharpie pen? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It was rich kids.
Well, you know, vanilla extract is very expensive and they're tiny. So
Their
like,
parents were probably like, I just bought a bottle of vanilla extract. Where did it go? And they're like, I don't know.
I think I do want to try like a rum or a bourbon and
that
see
sounds
how
like
that
it would
comes
burn. I don't like it. Do y'all want to do one more spread?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to do another like 30 or a 45?
Let's do a 45 since we talk so long.
That'll be till 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay, so Monet, I'll be waiting for the cooking, baking content. Thank you. I'll be waiting to see that. Bum, bum, bum. I know, Nigel. Okay. 45. See you back here at 4. Well, for my time. No, not me like this. What is happening?
Are you trying to pull up the other screen?
Oh,
there you
I
go.
did something weird. I don't know. All right. Well, hello. It's me.
Hey, Adele.
Hey. How did it go? That went by really fast.
It did.
Yeah, I DNF'd the book that wouldn't burn. I just read a manga instead.
I love this for you. You don't. That just sounded.
Yeah, I support you. I mean, I think I liked it probably better than you, but I am not continuing because I just was like,
I didn't realize that it was a series. So like as soon as I saw on Goodreads that like it's supposed there's more to come, I said, let me stop here. Let me put me first.
yeah. I think that was the right call.
Mark Lawrence just might not be the one. Yes, look at us. We sprinted twice. Purr. Golden Sun. Hello.
Excuse me.
The book that wouldn't burn. Ooh.
Yeah, it wasn't working for me. But I also recently made it through the end of Red Sister, and I should have stopped after the first book. So I've already suffered.
In It to Win It. What is that? Is that a sports romance? I don't know why it's
That's a
making
good guess.
Hey, City. Okay, I gotta look this up because this was mentioned last night. I'm like, what book is this? City of Dragons. Is that Robin Hobb? Or is that a different one?
It's the third book in the Rainwell Chronicles.
Mara, did y'all already finish all of the Realm of the Elderlings?
Yes, we did.
Out of all of them, what was your favorite?
My favorite is probably The Mad Ship,
Mm-hmm.
which is the second book in the third trilogy. But I also very much enjoy the Rainwell Chronicles and am passionate about it getting justice because I think it is a victim of misogynistic fantasy readers not understanding women's issues in books.
That would not be surprising.
I'm not there yet. I've read the Assassin's Apprentice and Ship of Magic, so I'm on the third. I think I'm back to Fitz.
Yeah, the Tawny Man trilogy.
Yeah, that's where I am. I need to start the Tawny Man trilogy.
It's really good. It's really, really good.
No, not Marion. I just got that from Penguin the other day.
House of Marion.
Me too. No.
Like I just got it in the mail from Penguin.
I haven't even heard of that. What is it?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It's a YA. It's not even. It's downstairs still. It's a new.
I don't know. It's something. I never read that series.
I read An Ember in the Ashes, and I think I had a completely different takeaway from everyone else who read and enjoyed that series. So,
I did not read An Ember in the Ash. There's a few of those. The cover of that one reminds me of several series that I feel like everyone has read, but not me.
So this is the House of Marion, and the thing says this regular edition is just very pretty.
Oh, that's very pretty.
So it says, let's see. Her and her mother fled from a city to city in order to hide deadly magic that flows through her veins until someone discovers her dark secret. Something about a debutante, like debuting in society of magical social elites that she didn't know existed. And so she has to pass 3 rites of membership to, if her dark magic is discovered, she'll be killed. Something like that. I'm still gonna give it a try eventually because when do I read? But
it's so beautiful. You got to give it a try.
Exactly. It's a must.
Mm-hmm. It is a lot, and it's just so matter of fact about it, and it's written so beautifully that it will destroy you, but in the best possible way.
Ooh, I bet. Nigel, please stop chewing on your leg. The Locked Door. Den of Wolves.
I've heard great things about Juliette Marillier.
Poems. I've never gotten into poetry. Single dad, brother.
Oh, that's In It
gal.
to Win It.
Oh, over
I
real
think.
estate
The
property.
second chance romance.
Is that your trope?
That and fake dating. Just sign me up.
See, I can meet you with fake dating, but second chance romance, I'm usually like, yeah, you guys should just stay broken up. I don't get this.
It's just immediate drama. I'm like, oh my God.
It is very drama.
We have this history that we get to see.
I can get more into it if they were together when they were kids and broke up, because then it's like you're totally different people now.
Yes, you've grown. But I think I probably have read another one. But the only one that comes to mind is the Bromance Book Club, and I just like, oh my God, I was like, y'all don't need to be together.
I liked that one, but you're not wrong.
I need you DNF a little life. Go ahead.
You should DNF a little life.
You should. Life is too short.
Be free.
Oh, this is House of Marion.
Well, 80 pages.
Horror store.
It's so fun. That's a really fun one.
Did you read his newest one, The House Haunted?
How to Sell a Haunted House?
Yeah. Yeah, it was good, not his best. But I thought it was interesting. Like, I think it felt like it was a lot about grief post-COVID. So I felt like it was a book of the moment of our times, you know?
Wait, Fireborn.
I just read Fireborn actually, and I really enjoyed it.
Is that by Rosaria?
Yeah, I buddy read it with Ray and Alana, and I was very surprised. It's a very strongly written YA. I was impressed.
Ooh, I have it. I need to read it.
I've heard good things.
It's really good. So I'm going to continue with the series. But if you like Fourth Wing, I think it's a very great, like, within the same vein. I personally feel like it's better written than Fourth Wing, but
probably. So that's very encouraging.
I don't know what Fourth Wing is about, and I'm very tempted to do a vlog of it just because I know it will do numbers, but
you should.
We'll see.
Bromance.
Most people who I trust, their opinion did not enjoy it, so I'm like, ooh.
Bromance Book Club was, yeah. Ugh.
That is fair.
The Boyfriend Candidate, Before I Let Go.
Before I Let Go is a really good second chance romance.
Okay, I didn't know that was second chance romance because I'm supposed to buddy read that with Robin and Ryan.
The couple is actually divorced. They were married and got divorced.
Okay.
So it's them falling in love again.
Wow.
I have not read any other Kennedy Ryan, and I'm ashamed because I've heard of,
Me
her
too. But I have a couple of her books, but I'm like, I've heard they'll just destroy me, and I just keep not like when I want to pick up a romance, I usually want to have fun. So I'm like, I don't know if I have room for this many feelings today.
I think I started Real, and I was like,
not right. Real.
I haven't read that one.
I love it. Had me in tears, but I love it.
I was like, not right now. I have to save that one. Hey, Pat. The so many people. I feel like there's just so many people who have so many books that I've never read, but it's like, ooh, sorry, we're not gonna get.
I do like what Kelly M says that that second chance should be called last chance, because if you get more than 2 chances, that's too bad.
This is it. No more.
Yeah.
I feel you.
I think we all have somebody in our life who wishes they would give somebody just 2 chances because they just keep coming back, and you're like, honey, I don't know what to tell you about this.
Please.
Like,
I know we said this last time.
What more is there to say?
I don't like him.
Yeah.
I've told you. So you made the choice. I don't know what you want me to do.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like, just let me know when you're done and we can
reach out for green.
MG. Real was a real such a good read. Yeah, I just always hear great things. But I feel like all of hers I've heard of They're pretty emotional. I don't know all of them. Maybe she does write later ones, but I've just heard of the ones I've heard.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm sure that I'm gonna love it. I just like I need to remember it the next time I'm in the mood for sort of like a more serious read. 5 times.
That's absurd.
Wow.
I hope they did not end up getting married. That does not sound like the foundation for a thriving life together.
There was a TikTok where, well, this account, she does like when people post videos from their wedding and the woman's like, please don't like smash the cake in my face, and the husband aggressively goes out of the way to smash the cake in her face, and just different things like men showing like a resentment of being in a relationship or something. And she was saying, of course it's just a story, but she was saying a friend or a friend of a friend, now husband, proposed, but then said it was a joke. And he did that twice before he proposed for the real time. And I'm like, knowing men, I believe this is real. I believe it's real. But I'm like, and you said yes to him.
Why is this a joking thing?
That's ain't nothing funny.
I also, yeah.
That's not no, I haven't read that.
I haven't read that.
Yeah, you got to be in the right place.
Yeah, I think Longest Shot Christine didn't like, so I didn't read that one.
I've heard it's good, but like very heavy.
Yeah.
And, yes.
Okay, I'll hold off.
Because let me tell you what, one, we're not wasting cake. Why are we wasting cake, especially an expensive cake you spent all that money on, smashing my face when I got my face all done for the wedding day? Who came up with that like thing? Like, what weirdo came up with that? I don't know. But
I don't know. I think part of the problem is that like there's a really scary percentage of men out there that fundamentally just don't like women. Like they're sexually attracted to them, but they don't like women as people.
Everything else they would prefer with their friends. They're emotionally
I
don't even if they're emotionally available to their friends, because a lot of them are emotionally stunted where they just build up rage. Yeah, it's so it's terrifying.
I am very excited for this because I actually think that I feel like this is a good vibe for her. This feels like a good.
I might give it a try. What is this called?
Bride. Yeah, I think it's like a Bride of Frankenstein or like a Vampire Bride or something.
Young adult one, is it?
No, I'm not going to read that because I don't read young adult romance. But I'm excited. I feel like that is a path that makes sense for her.
She's an auto buy for me. I like her.
Thank you, Mo. Thank you for your support.
Yay.
I hated one and I liked another, and I'm gonna. It's 416 pages. Ooh.
Yeah.
But interesting. I hadn't seen this one.
Yeah. I had a couple people who, when I mentioned that I like her, have told me they're not following me anymore because she does
they said them
because they think Kylo Ren based romantic tropes are just like really so problematic, and I'm like, Rilo dynamic is basically just to take on the Darcy Lizzie dynamic. Like, I don't know.
I love when people make a point to announce that they're leaving. Just go.
Well, I questioned myself. I was like, am I supporting someone horribly problematic? And she very well may be for another reason, but I don't think that's probably the right
right reason.
Yeah.
I did not see this, but I saw something else where the dude, and it was a black couple, so this makes this even worse because he like pretended that he got it set up that he was getting arrested or something, like all these cops and stuff are like
I saw that
pointing at him, and then he's like down on his knees and then he proposes.
Yeah, I saw that.
She thinks
that's so wrong.
I'm like, no, it's a no. It's a no.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Like, what? I think you're about to lose your life. And you're like, just kidding. Will you marry me?
It's like, you just made me shit myself and now you're wanting me to like be romantic? Like, no.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Yeah, I think it'll be good for her to branch out a little bit.
Different. Okay. So a dangerous alliance between a vampire bride and an alpha werewolf.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. I'm gonna try it.
I just think that her stuff is, because she comes from the world of fan fiction, I just think that adding the supernatural element will let some of the ridiculousness of her plots, which I enjoy, I think it'll make some people happier that it's not trying to be realistic. Like, I think that'll be a good mix in.
This one too. I've heard a little bit about the Hurricane Wars, and that looks good.
What's that?
It's a fantasy. Sorry. Before I'm gonna look that one up, but I love that the top comment I see is from Chandler, and it's for the vampire or the vampire bride. It says, "What are the odds she's a teeny tiny vampire and he's very tall, large, and broad?" I mean,
the odds are 100 out of 100.
Yeah. Yeah.
1,000%.
That's exactly
gonna be in that book.
And yes, and
Exactly. Read Love Theoretically. I really like that.
okay, the Hurricane Wars, which it's
yeah,
really
I'm looking this
purple,
up.
and it says like something a battlefield, Night Emperor. You know, I don't be reading synopsis. A threat is coming. Strange new magic. Uneasy alliance. I literally skim summaries and then I look at the cover. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna read that.
By Batley. I don't know.
What, the Hurricane Wars?
Yeah, it sounds. I don't know. Am I missing something? Is it a fantasy romance or is it a fantasy?
I just saw it.
I think it's a fantasy romance.
Okay, I'm more into it if it's a fantasy romance. It does have a nice cover.
Oh, because it said Ulrich has never been bested. That is until he sees Taliesin burning brightly on the battlefield with the magic that killed his grandfather. Is it queer?
Oh, that would be even better.
That would be nice.
I don't know. An exquisite fantasy brimming with unforgettable characters, sizzling enemies to leverage romance, and richly drawn worlds.
When they say a book is sizzling or devastatingly something, they're lying out of their asses.
They truly are.
They're lying.
Can I just say, I saw a TikTok the other day about somebody who's like, I think if you grew up in fan fiction, you just have a different sense of what steamy means. Like, people will be like, this is the steamiest book I ever read. It has DP. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I get it. It's a little more than what your average romance novel might have, but like, I don't know. So I've learned to just not trust any kind of sizzling, steamy, whatever adjective.
I'll have a ramekin. Can I use a muffin tray for?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
What is that? What is Silver Under the Nightfall? What are y'all?
Is that Sarah Janet?
That's the
I'm not
vampire.
girly. I'm trying to keep up.
Isn't that vampire?
Oh, is it horror?
No.
Are you talking?
Silver Under the Nightfall? Isn't that a book about vampires?
That sounds like vampire-y.
Yeah.
Oh, Silver Under. Oh yeah, Ren Shepeko. I was like,
I've heard that Silver Under the Nightfall was good, but I've only heard it once, and that makes me nervous.
Ooh, good. Then I don't have to buy it.
Yeah, that is.
I hope it's queer.
It's true.
It is a vampire romance. You know what? I just read
the Ren Shepeko one.
Carissa Broadbent, not Daughter of No Worlds, but The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I just finished that duology. It was given nothing. So let me know if I should read the Ren Shepeko one.
Oh, this one that I've been seeing everybody post this.
Yeah, so I think it's mostly me because like I'm a huge when paranormal romance was a thing, when everybody sounded like Sookie Stackhouse and True Blood, I was thriving.
Me too. Thank you.
It's really hard for you to take vampires that I see as like the pinnacle of paranormal romance and then drop them in a fantasy romance because they just don't eat the same. They're not as vicious to me as
it's like I'm already laughing. In a paranormal romance, it feels like, ooh, he's a bad boy. Like that's kind of the vibe.
In like a paranormal romance, you get a little Klaus, a little, Jericho Barons.
Yeah.
But, same.
In a fantasy romance, it's just like, okay, so he's one of many magically
It gives Faye. It's like you guys are writing them like Fays, except they drink blood.
Yeah.
No, don't make them Faye. Dip
No.
into your vampire. Find your vampire core.
Yeah.
We need you to do some research. We need better.
I need like a detailed scene about like him sucking her blood. Like I need, and he's got to be into it. I don't want him to be aloof. Like he has to be at first. He has to be at first, but then he realizes she's special, and then he's like,
I did the astrology last night, and I was like, you know what? Next month I'm going back to paranormal romance. I gotta find something for like Cradle or Be Halfway to the Grave, I think it's called.
Oh, Janine Frost.
Yes, I've never read her. I'm a Karen. Like I read all the Fever books, but after reading that vampire book, I was like, no, I need the 2006 problematic vampires. They were a time.
Yeah. No, the Janine Frost series is good. I like that one. And the spinoff has the actual Count Dracula. It's a trilogy, and I liked it even better.
Okay, because I was like, yeah, I know that like right now is the perfect time. Like fantasy romance is at its height, but it's just never gonna touch that paranormal romance era. Where everybody was reading 17 books in the series. Like we're on book 21. We don't even know why we're still here,
and it's still going.
I mean, the Argento Vampire series is in its 30s. Like, there's so many of them, and they're dumb, but they're so fun. Like, I don't know. I love paranormal romance. I'm right there with you. I love a shifter, though. I'm more of a shifter paranormal romance girly than a
like vampire. Yeah, but no, it's just such a fun time. Like the relationship dynamics and the balancing of like the supernatural world. But it's not this.
Is he gonna turn her? Like,
and I think it's just mostly because like when I think about fantasy romances, there's always a competition that the female main character needs to like compete in or win, and I'm just like, why is this the pinnacle? Like, who did this first? Who made a competition the pinnacle of a fantasy romance story?
I don't.
No. Is Sarah to blame for this? I don't know, but I'm sick of competition.
One thing is popular, and then it's like, well, this is going to be in every book.
Well, I do like a fantasy romance, but it doesn't hit for me the same way a paranormal does. Like fantasy romance is usually a little too like it's trying to be better than it is. And it's like, don't do like, yeah, you're exactly right. The problematic vampire, it's like, I like that paranormal romance is living in its reality. I'm just like, this is trash and so fun. So like, just come
That's
along.
what I think. That's why I wish Sarah J. Maas would lean into that bag. I'm like, stop trying to give me the world building over here, girl. Just focus on your mess. I want this mess and the romance, the smutty part. Like if she would just lean into that instead of thinking, oh, fantasy.
I know people clown on her for that Sex in the Air thing, but I actually think that was a great move, and she should do more of that because it's like, yes, that is the correct vibe.
Yeah, we need, what? And I say that like loosely because when you think about old school like paranormal romances, there's always this like unassuming girl doesn't know how to fight, very prissy velour suits. Tracksuits with the juicy couture, and then all of a sudden she's fighting demons, and now she's wearing all black leather. That character transition, I eat up. I don't care about a competition. I want her to go from American French tips to like Bucky.
The French tips.
That is what I need.
Oh my gosh!
Yes, we do. We need Unhinged. Or just throwbacks. I guess we just have to go back to the older stuff until the people today catch up.
This is part of why Ruby Dixon, under her Jessica Sims pen name, was writing some great paranormal romances, and they were so self-aware and so fun. And like she has one that's literally called Between a Vamp and a Hard Place that is so fun. And he wakes up and he's like such a weirdo because he's been asleep since the medieval times. And I'm like, yes, this is great.
Have you read Sherilyn Kenyon? I've heard of her, but I haven't.
I've read her books, yeah. But hers is similar to like the Black Dagger books. Where, like,
it wasn't my vibe.
Yeah. I read a couple of the Black Dagger ones, but I was like, I don't know. They weren't my jam.
I don't, but I am this spooky season. Y'all are gonna see me reading all the old school classics because I cannot do it anymore. Like, just leave my vampires out of your fantasy romance.
You know, Joshana also is a lover of the Suki Stackhouse, and anybody who says they like those, I'm like, I fuck with you. Like, you know, it's not that not that they're good, but I'm like, you like the same kind of trash I like.
Yeah, J.R. Ward is the author of the Black Dagger.
Yeah, I only read like two or three, and I was like,
it's too much for me. It's
over
not the
it.
tone I'm looking for. It's too self-serious. I don't.
And I was like, I don't know, just the descriptions of them and the voice. I just was like, I can't take this seriously. It wasn't for me.
Now, Monet, have you read any Nalini Singh?
No, but let me get my notepad.
Because she has the Archangels and Vampire Hunter series.
How do you spell her name?
Nalini, Nalini Singh, Singh.
Thank you.
I'm obsessed with her. I have a whole podcast about her Side Changeling series, which is my preferred series. But if you're more into the vampire flavor, the Archangel one might be for you.
Archangel.
It's called the Guild Hunter series, I think. But it started in that era where paranormal fantasy was really popping off, but it's still going. And it is well done. Like, she's a very good, like, her writing is really good. There's good themes, but I feel like she hits the tone.
Yeah. I think it doesn't have to be vampires. I just want to be back in that era. Like, paranormal romance and dystopians. Yeah. I will never live the life that I have lived.
Well, if you're open to more of there's a shifter and psychic race one, that's Side Changeling, and Slave to Sensation is just so good. That whole series is amazing, but the first one,
I'm done with this.
Yeah, I recommend that to you for your spooky season. Go look up some Nalini Singh because she's pretty great.
Oh, my channel is Life is Monet. Let me
here, I have the link.
But yeah. I want a little more Jericho Barons energy and a little less.
Jericho Barons is.
Someone asked me to compare him to someone, and I couldn't. I'm like, who do you compare him to? Like,
there is none. Oh, I only read the first 6. I stopped. I think Monet went further than me.
I did go further and loved it.
Because the 6th one, I was like,
Now, let me tell you something. These books are they're products of their time. They are very problematic.
Truly.
They are very problematic. And so you just have to know that going into them, because Karen makes a lot of decisions that today would upset her fan base like crazy. But there's that.
Yeah. I read didn't she have a Highlander series?
Yeah, she does.
I read a couple of those and enjoyed them, but I never went to her paranormal. So maybe that'll be my project for this. Your project is to go read some Nalini Singh. My project may need to be to go read some Karen Moaning.
You should.
Did you read are you up to date with the Fever series, Monet?
I have not read the last 2. So book 12 and 13, I think I haven't read.
Okay. So the one with 6, because it's narrated by Danny, which drove me up a wall. Do they get better after that or no?
See, that book really makes me very angry. It
crazy.
Was such an uncomfortable read. But what she does is age Danny up in the next books. And so now I guess it makes it so, for context, one of the characters in the Fever series is a child. And the book that is narrated by her is about her being a young girl and a lot of 1,000-year-old men are sexually attracted to her. And they're all wanting to groom her and take her under their wings. And she's pushing against it because she's still young enough to be disgusted by men. And so it's really just a lot of grown men attracted to this child who's wild and rambunctious. And then she goes into this mirror and she comes out 21 years older. So it's and I don't know, Karen has justified it by saying that she was always going to age her up. But it was but why have us following a 13-year-old girl who's 5?
You should have just aged her up before. Yeah, before that. That was weird.
Yeah. So, but her romantic interest is actually, what's Jericho's best friend?
Ooh.
You know what I'm talking about, but yeah, that's who that's who she ends with. And so it's like, but you had him lusting after her when she was 13. I don't care if she came out of mirror 5 minutes later as 21. Like, it doesn't.
Yeah. And I mean, like, this gets into the overall, like, don't think about it too much aspect of some of these books, because then you start thinking about, like, if you're a vampire who's 500 years old, are you actually going to be attracted to a 22-year-old woman from suburban America? Like, I just think you would find her very annoying. Like, I don't know.
It was uncomfortable. That's why I was like, I don't really want to continue with those. So I want something else. So I'm gonna check out this Nalini. Nalini.
Yeah. And one thing I like about I'm in the tank for Nalini, so this is just my chance to love on her publicly, I guess. But she's a South Indian woman who lives in New Zealand. So I like that she brings kind of a different perspective. I feel like even when her books are set in America, they have a little bit of a different slant. And then because it's a world with all of these like big differences between like animal shifters or psychic or whatever, it's an intensely post like racial world. It's set in like an alternative future, and it's just like everybody, like the psychic people have like specifically tried to like create the most powerful beings possible, so everybody is multiracial. And it just, I don't know, I think she was early to do that in Romancelandia. Like, she was one of the only popular authors who had non-white characters at that time, so like I just respect that she made that a part of her world building, like in that era where that really wasn't happening.
Yeah. Oh.
In the mainstream, I should clarify.
Yeah.
It's really hard for me as an adult to think of someone having 300 years worth of life experience.
I'm already annoyed by 25-years. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I already can't stand people 6 years away from me. So
like hundreds?
300 years, and now I'm supposed to believe that you and this person are like mentally in sync.
Yes.
No. I already was living, and I'm 28. At 300 years old, I would just be so cynical, so pessimistic, so unattached to everything.
I just can't. I don't know. I mean, I get it. They always
in this reality with these humans. No,
it would seem insufferable. Like, I cannot deal with you. You new humans. But of course.
How mature can you be if you're 500 years old?
How long was Bella in that chair looking out that damn window when Edward left?
Ooh, child.
There's a possibility.
She was so mature that she just stopped living. She stopped existing. There were seasons changing outside her window.
She did not move.
That's my favorite part of the movie.
Exactly. It's like, even if she's mature for her age, she's like 45-year-old mature. She's not hundreds of years old mature. Like, what are you talking about?
The Carpathian series?
No. Mm-hmm. Oh, Christine Freehan is another really popular paranormal author.
She's the one who tried to trademark, I forget what it was, but it's like an incredibly common paranormal word, and the entire romance community just clowned her for it because they're like, you're fucking kidding me with this. Like, what are you talking about?
People trying to trademark words, especially authors. I'm like, what?
Vampmen are just Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah.
Yeah. Simone, no.
Oh, I didn't know. I haven't heard of the new one. I've heard of her other.
Oh.
That's it. Yep. Exactly.
I heard a rumor that Leonardo DiCaprio, I forget what it was, but it was either he has to like look at himself while he's having sex, or he has to like have headphones in while he's having sex. There's something like, yeah, like he has some weird thing that
I never heard that rumor.
I heard from somebody who's in Hollywood that's like, I don't know.
I don't know this rumor.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I'm saying. I just could not take a 21-year-old serious, and I'm 381.
Yeah.
You're a baby. You're an infant.
Well, and some of them are like ancient, as in like from Greek times. And I'm like, you are thousands of years old.
In Shirley Kenyon books, because she has like the Greek pantheon as the center of her stories.
Eric from the Suki Stackhouse one, he was wasn't he a Viking? That would be like the 900s. I don't know. Yeesh. Some of these are very old.
Do you remember that thing on TikTok about what that dude was listening to for 2 years when he was like he had to pull this down to his girlfriend? It is yes.
But I mean, I heard it in the context. It was like on a podcast where somebody was like gossiping about things that are like a rumor around Hollywood. And they were saying it in the context of people act like it's he dumps women at 25, and that like many people think it's kind of that by the time you're 25, you realize that he's not great.
There is a high level of maturity that you get around 25, 26. Maybe it's because you're like,
when your brain fully formed, and you're like,
yeah.
What am I doing here?
Yeah.
I've had that moment so many times where like I'm out and I'm at a party and then I'm just like, yep, I'm going home. Like it just hits you and you're like,
yeah, like, oh, it's time.
And you were just having the time of your life.
Yeah, you got this, Leo. You've got this. You're so good at this.
Keep going. Keep going. Oh, he's loving it.
Try to remember where I think I heard that on the Bald and the Beautiful podcast. I think Katya was the one saying that.
Did you say the Bald and the Beautiful?
The Bald and the Beautiful.
Oh my god, I love.
They're two drag queens, but out of drag, they're both bald. So.
I need to go. All the clips on TikTok are hilarious. I need to get back. I need to like.
Okay, just keep sending me TikToks of Katya Zomolichikova, and I'm like, this is literally my all-time favorite drag queen, and I need you to get into this because
I need to know where to start. You'll have to tell me where.
Okay, I'll send you a couple of episodes of for you to get into.
Yeah, they're. It's a mess. But it is now 4:37, and I was going to end these around this time just so I could have a break before tonight's trivia. I'm so excited. So thank y'all for joining me. And look, we read today. I knew it. Angela doubted me. I said we would read.
We read. It was like an hour and 15 minutes worth of reading.
Yeah.
I'm on chapter 10 of my book. It worked.
Did good.
Look at you.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you all for joining. I hope I see you later for trivia. If not, have a wonderful rest of your weekend.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.